little cat-cow. So you're gonna start by rounding your spine, drawing your belly in, letting your head hang, shake it out. And then lengthen from your tailbone, like I'm pulling your hips back, roll your heart and shoulders open. And you can flex your feet behind you when you're in cow, if that feels good. You don't have to, but you can. And then you press the tops of your feet back down as you curl through cat. And lengthen through cow, rolling your shoulders, opening through the chest, noticing what needs to move around a little bit. Round again, round through the upper back. Lengthen it out, roll the shoulders open through the heart. Press down into your feet, round again, and maybe start to round forward and back so that your hips are moving over your shoulders and then back towards your legs. You're getting a big stretch through this upper mid-back. A few times, just like that, staying in this cat pose. And then we'll lengthen out to cow, roll the shoulders open and pull your hips back and forward. So you're just kind of surfing, call it surfing, back and forward. And then bring your hips all the way over to the right and let your hands go all the way over to the left and breathe there. Feel the stretch through the side body. Yeah, that opening through the rib cage, trying to get a lot of space in the ribs. Feel like your ribs are like a paper fan opening to the side. Take another 2 deep breaths. And then walk your hands all the way over to the other side. Big stretch out of the ribs, out of the waist. Feel your ribs like a paper fan again, feeling space and length where maybe there hasn't been. Take another breath. Come back through center, and we're going to take your right arm and we're going to weave it underneath your left, just laying right down onto your shoulder, getting a little spinal twist. If that feels good, you can even open the arm up. To me, right now, it actually feels better to have something to press as I open. I'm getting a deeper stretch. I'm kind of looking for right underneath my wing blade, underneath my shoulder blade, behind my back. Let your breath go into any areas that are tight as if it could burst it open. And then up and over to the other side. Breathing open. Big stretch into the wing blade. Amazing, and then come all the way back on down. We're going to sit with our legs right out in front of us. Trying to settle yourself down onto the mat. Shake your head a few times. Roll it around on its axis. Start to let it hang forward and up. So we go through center, hang down and lift up. Just a few times, just getting some mobility, a little bit of movement in the spine. One more. And then come all the way back. Roll the shoulders, stack nice and tall on top of your hips. Find those hip bones underneath you. Inhale, both hands come all the way up. Exhale, gorgeous. We're gonna rotate to, I rotated to my left, but you might be to your right. It's fine. If you're mirroring me, you'll be opposite side. Open the heart even a little more. Get taller through the spine. Lift up. Draw the low belly in tighter. We're just kind of warming up the deep spinal muscles, warming up the obliques, warming up the transverse abdominis. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, deepen a little bit. We're warming up the colon, as a matter of fact, too, by giving it a little twist. The intestines, all of our internal organs. Inhale, back through center. Exhale to the other side, creating the external spine with one hand. opening up. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, deepen. Feel the twist from the sides of the waist. Feel the belly drawing in more. One more. Grow taller, deepen. And beautiful, release. Just start to walk from your pelvis. So we actually want our pelvis to tip with us. We're going to walk a little bit forward. You can pedal out the legs. This doesn't have to be about folding totally down. It's just trying to get a little bit of space, getting the thighs nice and long, just opening up the body before we start flowing. As we hinge a little more forward. Let the head hang now. Feel your head. I call Raga knows this. I always call it like a dead cherry on a stem. So I guess it doesn't have to be dead. It could just be a juicy cherry on a stem. I should start changing that. A juicy cherry on the stem. So let it fall like a juicy cherry. Letting the weight of your head stretch out your spine, stretch out your mid back, stretch out your low back. You can walk your hands onto your feet if that feels possible. If not, don't worry about it. Get the thighs super heavy. Take another inhale into the back of the spine. Exhale, deepen. Another one, inhale to the back of the spine. Exhale, deepen. One more inhale. Exhale, deepen. Good, and slowly roll it up. Let the legs just come underneath you, finding a comfortable seated position, wherever that might be for you right now. It might be crisscrossed, it might be legs extended, and just slowly roll the shoulders back. Usually I start with breath work and then move into movement, but it's 11 a.m. on Saturday morning on day 15 of quarantine, and I haven't moved enough in the last like 24 hours. So I was like, I gotta move first. So we'll move first and then we can come into our breath work. We're going to do, I'm going to teach you guys, I don't know why I want to teach this, but I do, an equalizing breath. So this breath is about trying to reground you if you're feeling really up, and it's about trying to give you energy if you're feeling really down. So it's just a balancing, energy balancing exercise. It's also really good for the sinuses. Sorry, my tripod is being funny. And clearing. And in New York City anyway, everything is blooming like crazy. Not that we get to go outside much, but I take a walk every day and I'm like, you know, coughing and hacking and sneezing and walking around being like, I'm not sick. It's just allergies, I swear. John too, we're like, anyway, it's a whole thing. So we're gonna do a clearing breath. So you're gonna make hang 10 fingers. If you grew up in the 90s, you know what I mean? So it's pinky and thumb. And we're gonna take the knuckle of our index and put it, or the pad of your index, and you put it like right at your lips, and that's just being your anchor. But you don't have, like, this is traditional. If that's annoying, you could just remove it from there. Here, come closer so you can see it. Right, so it's this or this. But if that's annoying, you don't have to leave that here. It's more about this. So we're gonna close off with our thumb, our right nostril for me. And you're gonna inhale through your nose, up through your left. Close the left off. Exhale out through the right. You're gonna notice one side is stuffier than the other. Inhale that side up. Close it. Exhale down. Inhale up. Close it. Exhale down. Okay, you got it. So keep going. Right, close. As you exhale, think about clearing out any stuck energy in the body. As you inhale, imagine this really crisp, clear breath coming down and into your body. I'm going to talk you through it because it's hard for me to do this and talk at the same time. As you inhale again, it's this fresh, maybe light blue air
that feels like it is just moving through any bits and pieces that are tight. As you exhale, exhale out anything that can be left behind, any tension, any stress, but also just any muscular holding, any weird Charlie horse stuff. As you inhale, feel grounded and lifted at the same time. As you exhale, feel warmer and more connected to the earth. As you inhale, allow some lightness to come into your spirit and energy. As you exhale, feel a little hearth and warming and grounding, settling you down. Just take about 4 more rounds on each side. And when you feel, for you, so you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, or you could do 1, 2, 3, 4. When you feel like you've completed your set of 4, you're just gonna let your hands come either down onto your thighs or up towards the sky, depending on what feels appropriate to you, and just find a comfortable seat. Yeah, this is one of those breaths that when I teach it in the yoga studio, we take out the tissues first. So here you feel like you need a tissue in a minute, you can grab one. Good, and then once you're settled here, we're just gonna let our eyes close. Feel the weight of our hips open. Feel the spine start to lift up as if there's little helium balloons attached to every little vertebrae. But as you're lifting up, it's not with force or effort, it's just allowing the spine to feel like a blooming spring crocus, but also the hips feeling like opening warm soil. And just settling into your natural breath, noticing where it is. You may hear Buzzy giving you some natural breath underneath the camera too. It's very calming. And then set a little intention if that feels right to you, a little intention for your practice. So an intention is a positive affirmation, positive language. Instead of saying like, I am going to eat better, right? This is just an easy example. It's, I know that I have the power of choice to make better or make healthy choices for my eating. I might say like, I am a beautiful creative being. Beautiful. Letting your hands sweep out in front of you again, letting your knees come directly underneath your hips. Roll the shoulders open a few times. Start to snake your spine side to side, allowing everything to wiggle, allowing it to move around. Taking just another big breath there. Roll the shoulders underneath you. You're going to press down into your fingerprints, not the heels of your wrists. You're going to roll your shoulder bones forward, which is something I never tell you to do, but you will for just a second. So your creases of your elbows are pointing forward so that you can bend your knees and lift your hips and pedal out your feet. Now in down dog, my creases of my elbows are actually pointing toward each other. They're not pointing forward, so check that out for yourself. Pedaling out your feet in your down dog, opening up the legs for the first time, letting those hips, maybe the knees really bend so that the hips come towards the thighs, and then press through your fingerprints, allow your hips to stay super lifted, super duper duper lifted, and then your heels can start to reach towards the floor, but I don't care if they touch the floor at all. 3 deep breaths. Open from the shoulders. Don't let them pinch in towards each other. Think about finding space through the collarbone. 1 more deep breath.
And then slowly start to walk forward toward your hands, letting your feet stay apart, hanging in forward fold. Stay hanging there, shake it out. Keep that space and that length. I'm just gonna move my camera so you can see me better in a second. Yeah, keep that hanging position through the body. You could hang here for 7 to 10 minutes. Today we won't go that long, just a few moments. Keep that hanging. Yeah, maybe hold on to the back of your head, allowing the weight to drop you down. Another deep breath. And then very slowly, pressing down into the feet, we're going to slowly roll all the way up, stacking your spine. You'll miss the top of my head, but that's okay. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lifting up tall, getting your feet right next to each other. Good. Press down into them, roll the shoulders, lengthen tall through the spine. Inhale, gather your hands all the way up. Exhale, swan dive to press them all the way down. Inhale, find your flat back. Engage through the abs, pull the belly in, put a little more weight in your toes. Hands come out to a T, or they come out in front of you to get a little bit more ab activation, a little more core connection. Breathe from your back. Hips are still straight out behind you, so I might need to bend my knees a little bit to send my hips backward. Take another breath and fold all the way down. Press your hands directly underneath your shoulders. You're going to step straight on back to plank. Drawing the abs nice and tight, nice and in. Belly's lifted, core's connected. We're going to hop both legs towards the right ankle. Not ankle. That's not an ankle. It's a wrist. My right wrist. And then back to center. And then into center. And then back to center. And then into the left. And center. And right. And center. And center. And center. And left. And then back to center. Hold. Find your plank. Breathe. 3. Hold those abs in. Widen the collarbone. Lengthen your heels back. Lengthen your heart forward. 2. 1. Knees come down. Toes can come up if you want. Elbow creases point forward as you hover your chin and your chest towards the earth all the way down. Pull your shoulders back like you have a book bag on. Lift through your heart. Press down through the tops of your feet. Draw the belly in. Head stays forward. You don't have to look up toward me. Just thinking about a little turtle coming out of its shell. Draw the shoulders back. Squeeze the elbows in. Heart opens. 3 more breaths. 2. And 1. Press down through the toes, tuck them again, press through the knees, engage through the abs, and you're gonna press everything up. Finding your plank. Feet back, heart widens, abs drawing in. Reach, 2, 1, bend the knees, hips come back up, down dog. Staying there in down dog, taking 3 deep breaths. And last one, slowly walk your feet. Try to get them flat on the mat as you walk them toward your hands. Then we're going to take the right foot and cross it over the left as you hang in forward fold. This is going to give us a different stretch through the right foot, still anchoring the right big toe down onto the mat. Take another deep breath. And switch, left foot in front. Good. And let the feet come right next to each other. Press down into the feet. Slowly roll all the way up. Abs draw together as we sweep hands up. Press out that which doesn't serve you. Swan dive. Find your flat back again. Drawing your core in. Maybe hands open to a T. Heart's nice and long. Hips draw back. Heart opens. Belly's drawing in. 2 more. And 1. Bring it all the way down. Find your plank. Draw your shoulders away. Think about pulling your arms away from each other. So it's almost if my hands are pressing away from my shoulder girdle behind me. We're going to do a quick little military prep. We're going to come forearm down, hand up, hand up. Forearm, forearm, hand, hand. Forearm, forearm, hand, hand. Try not to wiggle at your pelvis. 2 more. 1 more. Hold your plank, draw your belly in, knees come down, chest and chin, press down onto the mat. Lift through your heart. Bring it on down. Lift through your heart again. Back on down. Draw the shoulders back and down, lift through your heart. Open through the chest, long neck. Breathe and then bring it on down. Tuck the toes, press down into the knees. Engage your abs as you squeeze all the way up through plank to downward dog. Pedal it out. Nice big stretch. Wiggle those hips however you need to. Shake out your head however you need to. 1 more deep breath. As you exhale this time, we're going to take the right leg and we're going to lift it up toward the sky. Your hip can be open so you get some nice space there. And you can bend the knee, allowing the right foot to open to the side. Big stretch through the front of that right hip. 2 more breaths. And you're going to take the right knee and you're going to draw it all the way under through plank so that the right foot goes towards the left wrist on the floor. So you've twisted your leg underneath you and then you draw it back on up and open so that the right foot is by the left glute. So we sweep, same side. We sweep across, we sweep back, open. We sweep across through, we sweep back, open. Again, cross through, sweep back, open. 2 more, again, cross through, going slow to work your core. 1 more, through, and open. We're gonna take that right leg, square your hips, reach back through the heel, forward through the head, and you're gonna take a big step forward, putting your right foot between your hands, holding your lunge for just a moment, lift your back left knee, reach through the heel, reach through the head, big breath, sweep the left foot in line with the right. Hang it out, pedal the feet, release any tension in the spine, and slowly get the tailbone underneath you. Roll it up, roll the shoulders. Gather all the good stuff. Inhale. Exhale, press away any tension or thoughts that aren't serving you. Fold. Find your flat back. Hands come to a T or out in front of you. Draw the abs in. Breathe. 3 deep breaths. I fold all the way down. I'm going to step back to find my plank. Beautiful. Again, we do the military push-ups. Down, down, up, up. Core is connected. Down, down, up, up. Beautiful. Try to anchor those hips so you're not wiggling too much in your tailbone. Easier said than done. 3, 2, last one. And press all the way back, down dog. Oh, I skipped a beat, didn't I? Well, lucky you. I skipped a beat. Hips up, breathe. Stretch through those arms. Stretch through that heart. And then left leg is gonna lift up and open. Stretching through the ankle, getting a little twist through the waist. One more breath. And it sweeps all the way under so that the ankle comes by the right wrist and then twists open behind you. And again, sweep it through, twisting your heart, looking at your ankle, which is going to allow your obliques to work a little harder. And again. 2 more. One more. Really nice twist. Bring it up, square it all the way down, reach back, and then big step forward. Find your lunge for a moment. Lift your back heel, lift your back calf, lift your back quad. Get long through your head, breathe, and then sweep your right foot towards your left. Hang for a moment. We're gonna toe heel our feet out to the side so the heels of our feet are on the mat and the toes are on the floor as we slowly sit all the way down. Knees can come open. You could sit on a block or a pillow if this feels like too much. Let those feet come apart, like they're pretty wide here. We're opening up the back of the pelvis. You're thinking about pressing your elbows into your knees. This is a bit of a doozy. In many cultures, people sit like this for hours on end, eating lunch, going to the bathroom, and their hips are just more open. I had this conversation with my Pratt students last semester, actually, about this, and there was people from all over the world in that class, and somebody was like, oh yeah, in the Baltics, my family sits like this. Somebody else was like, oh yeah, in China, we sit like this. Somebody else was like, yeah, in Japan, we sit like this. Somebody else was like, oh yeah, in Thailand. It was really interesting to see that it was just across the board. This is a very common position, but not in America, right? We like this one, computer. So this is kind of the antithesis of that, trying to get that tailbone underneath us and the crown of the head in line with the tailbone. It's a lot of work on the knees, especially for us Americans. I don't know, what about Iceland, Raga? No, so, okay, so not Iceland either. Good, and sit all the way back. Oh, pulling the legs out of the wreckage. So it's a good one for us to practice. Okay, here we are, knees in front. Hands out, draw the belly all the way in. We're gonna slowly roll all the way off the sits bones. Little circle, hands up towards the sky, curl all the way back. And beautiful, few of these. Exhale, slow roll, drawing the abs all the way in. Tug that tailbone underneath you, big spinal movement, big circle. All the way up, again. Slowly roll, super slow. Try to go slower than you did before. Try to get every little vertebrae to touch the mat independently. One more. Good. From here, we're gonna let the hands come up towards the sky. I'm gonna nod your chin like you're saying, yes, Molly, what a great idea. You're gonna take your ribs and slide them towards your hips. Draw your low belly in as you reach your hands out towards the front of you. Now your palms are gonna flip palm side down, and I'm gonna splash from my mid back like I'm swimming, right? So, but both hands are gonna be together, but that's the muscle structure I want. I'm gonna draw my low abs in tightly. I'm gonna bring one leg to tabletop, then the other, and my heels are gonna be together. I'm gonna start splashing my hands. It's inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, maybe I extend my legs on out. And it's inhale, 2, 3, and exhale. Belly's tight, in, and exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anchor your hips, anchor your pelvis. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw the belly in tight. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slide your ribs towards your hips. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. A few more. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 more. 2 more. Exhale, pull those abs in tight. 1 more. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gorgeous. Let your right leg come towards you. Let your head come down for a second. Shake your head now. We're going to do a double stretch. So this is a lovely little hamstring stretch and a little ab work. We're going to curl all the way back up. We're going to let this left leg go only as low as your low back doesn't feel like it's taking on any load, right? So find that. And then we pulse the right leg in twice. So we pull, pull, and then we exhale, switch. Pull, pull, and we switch. Pull, pull, switch, 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 pull, pull, switch. Few more. Pull, 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 pull. 2 more. Last set. And bring it on down. Shake your head on out. Feet right up towards the sky. You could flex them, you could point them. You're gonna take your hands maybe and put them towards your hips for a little support. At no point do I want my hips to come up like this, right? So I still want this beautiful long spine the whole time. I want the natural curve of my back maintained. My belly's drawing in, and I'm only lowering my legs as low as I feel like my abs can do this work and not the front of my quads. So that might mean I need to bend my knees in order to get it out of my hip flexors. So I'm trying to feel belly, 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 belly. Okay, now my belly also is the thing that pulls me back up. You can put your hands on your tummy and feel your stomach pull away from your hand as you exhale and inhale. And the minute your belly pops up, that means you've gone too far and you're no longer stabilizing from your core. You put it all into your back, which is not what we want. Exhaling down. Inhale up. Softening the neck and shoulders. You'll see me kind of always rolling my head around because I'm trying to get out of my neck. Notice if your glutes squeeze, that's your glutes trying to fire and stabilize. I don't want to use your glutes. I want to use your abs. Get your head heavy. And up. This is a lot if you've been sitting in a chair a lot or just, you've been stuck in your house for 15 days. It's a lot on your body, so just be careful. Be small about it. Small is better. I want to strengthen the correct muscles, not go into like letting my legs go lower just because it looks a certain way. 2 more. One more. Beautiful. Hug the legs into your chest. We're gonna take a little twist, letting both knees float over to the right, letting your gaze look off to the right, left. Nice little supported spinal twist there. One more deep breath. Letting your spine get melty on the earth, like your hot fudge on a Sunday. Because when this is all over, it'll be summertime, and it'll be time for hot fudge Sundays. And the other side. Notice what you're holding on to that you can let go of. Beautiful. And then slowly come back to center, letting your feet come out in front of you, letting your hands come wide. We're going to go into a Pilates bridge, which is different than a yoga bridge. In yoga bridge, what we're trying to do is open through the chest and bring the shoulders underneath us. In Pilates bridge, we're working on the glutes and the hamstrings. So that's what our focus here is going to be. Press to the heels, engage to the abs, press the hips all the way up so that you feel your glutes fire and your hamstrings. Keep your knees in alignment with each other. Don't let them spray out to the side. And we're going to bring our hips down and up. Push to the heels, down and up, down, up, push and up, down and lift, down and up, down and up. Square those hips, down and press, down and lift, belly's drawing in tight, down and up, pelvis is lifting. Feel your glutes squeeze at the top. Good. Down, up, down, up. We're gonna add a little music to it. So it's a lift, 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 up, up, rhythmically lift, 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 up, up, press through the hips, it's lift, 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 5, 4, 3, 2, just to the right, 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 kick your hip out to the side, right, 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 think about Shakira, right, 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 3, 2, over to the left, it's left, 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 think about J-Lo, left, 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 push through the glute, left, left, 3, 2, back to the center, and it's up, 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 be Beyonce, up, 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 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, roll it on down, woo, hello booty, hands up towards the sky, nod your chin, curl it all the way up, take your feet underneath you, come back to your all fours, roll the shoulders back and down, wiggle the hips, tuck your toes, downward dog, breathe. Good, press into your fingerprints, pedal out those feet, open through that chest, pulling more and more in. Take another deep breath, and slide all the way forward to your plank. Again, we're gonna do those jump ins, so we jump towards the right, center, into the center, back, left, center, into the center, back, right, center, into the center, back, left, center, in, back, right, center, in, back, left, center, in, back, one more, right, center, in, back, left, center, in. Fold over top of your legs. Shake it out. Let your heart go side to side. And slowly roll all the way up. Get your hair out of the way. Finding a nice standing position for just a moment. Getting your tailbone underneath you. Sorry, I'm just checking something on my camera here. Okay. Find your standing. It's not telling me. Okay. Press down through your feet. Take your right ankle, wrap it around your left. Open that hip. Draw your spine nice and connected. Slide your foot up to your calf. Roll the heart open. Maybe it comes up higher. You might need a little buddy to let your foot come up. Notice where you are right now, right? Finding your dristi, which is a focus point in the room that gives you something to look at. That's not moving. It's going to allow you to feel more grounded. Start to open this hip more from the back body. Good. Lengthening up through the spine. Take another deep breath. Inhale, hands come up. And we're going to slide the ankle across as we sit straight down into chair. Hands can stay up, hands can come down. You could come down onto your knee. You could come down onto the floor. Just feel that stretch through the spine, through the hips. Take another breath. Stay seated in your chair as you bring your heart back all the way up and then come to stand. Take your leg out in front of you. Hold it there. Still working balance. Balance means core. We're going to wrap our hands either onto our leg in front of us and extend the foot out. If you have the flexibility, you could take your right hand onto your right big toe. You're like wrapping your fingers around your toe and then extend it out in front. But this is fine too, right? This is fine too. So just feel where the body is allowing you to be right now. And maybe open to the side. Woo! And then back through center. Hi, Cal. And open to the side. And bend it all the way back in.
And hold. Penny Pen, are you playing? Penny is Adrian's cat. Good, open through the hips. Grow nice and tall. Breathe, good, and let the foot come down. Shake out the opposite leg. Woo! Roll that foot around a little bit. Okay, good. Yeah, okay. Let righty, anchors down, lefty wraps. Sweep the fat. Find your rooting first. Then this leg comes up, maybe a little higher. Open from the hip. Think about the inner thigh and foot coming together. Notice if your balance is different on this side. It is for me. Okay. Inhale, hands come up and slide across the ankle. Sitting down into your seat, right? You could stay here, you can come here. If it allows you, you can open it more. You might even bring the hands down onto the floor. This side is harder for me than the other side. Press down into the feet and slowly come through seated position to lift. Bringing your hand onto your leg as you bring the leg forward, underneath you, or maybe wrapping the big toe as you extend open. And then slide it open to the side. Whew. And back to center. Open to the side. And back to center. One more. And bend it on back. Find your tree. Stabilize your tree. Open through your hips. And slide it on down. Rolling that bottom foot. Amazing. Press down into the center of your mat. Spread your feet apart. Let your big toes try to touch. Let your heels try to touch. Inhale, gather all the good stuff. Exhale, press out that which doesn't serve you. This time we're gonna fold all the way down and we're gonna clasp our hands behind us at our hips, at our tailbone. We're gonna lift our arms up towards the sky as we fold more, allowing our hands to try to stay palm together. Your knees might bend a bit. You're trying to stretch those heart muscles open, shoulder muscles open. Your hands are reaching towards your camera. Your head is heavy down towards the mat. Feel what you're feeling in those legs. Take another 3 deep breaths, letting those arms open more and more. Let your hands come back towards your hips. Hang towards the floor. Press your hands directly underneath you. Step back into your plank and hold. Amazing. Holding your plank, collarbones wide, and we're going to do a little mountain climber. Right knee in, then left. In, 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 in. In, 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 in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find your plank. You're gonna frog hop so that your legs come apart towards your wrists, all the way in. You're gonna jump up towards the sky. You're gonna come down. You're gonna jump back into your plank. And you do 10 mountain climbers. 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Frog hop in, jump up, come down, jump back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jump in, jump up, come down, jump back.
10, 9, 7, 5, 3, 1. Jump in, jump up, down, and back again. 10, 2, 1. Jump in, jump up and down. Last one. Jump in, jump up, jump down, jump back, knees come down, chest comes down, body comes down. Whoo, good. Let your gaze look off towards the left. You're gonna take both of your hands and clasp them above your tailbone, as we just did. You're gonna reach your arms all the way back. They're pulling you up, and your hands, it's like somebody's pulling on your wrist. That pulling you up is what lifts your heart. Squeeze your feet together, add your legs lifting. Everything lifts. Grasshopper. Big breath. And then let it come down, letting your gaze look to the other side. Again, squeeze the feet, squeeze the hands, lift everything up, grasshopper. Think about a grasshopper flying off of a leaf, jumping onto the next leaf. And then let yourself come down, look the other way. Switch the clasp of your hands. So if it was your right hand over your left, you'll switch it so it feels funky. Same idea, squeeze the inner thighs, lift up, grasshopper. Open, flying through space. It all comes down. Other side, lift. It all comes down. And we're gonna do one last one on this one because we don't normally move from this side, so it's better to open the shoulders a little bit differently. Open, lift those legs, lift up, breathe, 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 and bring it all down. We're gonna let your hands come underneath your shoulders, glue them on the mat, your hands. You're gonna bring your hips back, but leave your hands where they are, and now bring your heart forward. My bum is gonna stay up towards the sky because this is rabbit pose. It's not child's pose, it's a little different. My butt stays up, my heart comes down. I'm trying to open through my chest and my heart. My head could be on the mat. My chin could be on the mat. Feel what feels best. If you have blocks nearby, you can put them underneath your arms. But for now, I'm just showing you a propless version. And slide yourself all the way forward. Let your feet come out in front of you. We're gonna take our legs about mat distance, maybe a little more than mat distance apart. You're gonna take your left leg into tree again, but I'm kind of a wide tree. This is my right, this is my left. So I'm trying to keep my left leg down on the mat. I'm gonna turn my belly button towards my big toe of my right leg, kind of going back to that twist we started with when we were seated. And I'm gonna start to walk myself forward. And I'm gonna grab my leg wherever I can. So if my left hand can hold onto my toe, cool. If it can hold onto my quad, cool. The work is trying to get these both hips down, trying to open this right side. We're working through the back oblique and quadratus lumborum, these deep back muscles that get so dang tight when we're sitting a lot, or we're like we're not able to move around as much as we normally do. And then you're gonna fold on down. The Sanskrit word for this is Janu Shirshasana, which translates to knee to nose gaze. So trying to bring your knee and your nose into relationship with each other. As you keep twisting a little bit more through that spine, trying to really get that belly button to reach toward the big toe. We're gonna be here for a few breaths, minutes. So stay and settle. Take 3 more deep breaths. Slowly start to lift yourself up. And switch. Maybe I'll teach a yin or restorative class next week. I'll send everybody an email, but in yin or restorative yoga, you hold poses for 3 to 5 minutes, and they're usually these grounding poses. They're not just like warrior one, right? And that would be more Ashtanga. The goal is to allow more opening to come and to not feel like you have to be active. Penny loves yoga. She can't get enough. So cute. Okay, let the right knee open. Rotate down to twist, belly button towards big toe, and fold all the way. Yeah, letting that hip just settle, feeling your low back release. Letting your breath go into spaces that need a little aid. Trying not to force this, just trying to allow the body to slowly in its own time release. 3 more deep breaths. And then slowly come on up. Let your legs come together, or they don't have to be squeezed together, but just closer together. Wiggle out the hips.
Oops, sorry. I may have disappeared for a second there. That I don't know if I did, but Zoom was asking me to do something.
And then slowly roll all the way down, letting yourself release down onto the mat. Finding Shavasana pose, legs are apart, arms are apart, everything's open. Just settling in and breathing here for a few moments. And I like to do my Shavasana as a guided meditation. So for you, as you're settling in and breathing, I'm just going to read to you from Mark Nepo's book. It's slated for every day. So today, March 27th. Oh man, I'm not even sure about that. It might be the 28th. I'll find out. Hold on. 28th. Who knew? I'm losing days. Okay, so March 28th. Let's see what March 28th has to offer. The gift of shedding. From the beginning, the key to renewal has been the casting off of old skin. It is interesting that the earliest peoples believed in something that we in our modern hive of manufacturing have forgotten, that immortality is attainable by shedding. The Tsuntsans of northern Borneo have believed for centuries that when God finished creating the world, he announced that whoever is able to cast off his skin shall not die. But what does that mean? Not that we can live forever, but that the way to stay closest to the pulse of life, the way to stay in the presence of that divine reality which informs everything, is to be willing to change. Still, change what? To change whatever has ceased to function within us. To shed whatever we are carrying that is no longer alive. To cast off our dead skin, because dead skin can't feel. Dead eyes can't see, dead ears can't hear. And without feeling, there is no chance of wholeness. And wholeness remains our best chance to survive the pain of breaking. Of course, for human beings, dead skin takes many forms, the most significant of which remain intangible but suffocating, such as a dead way of thinking, or a dead way of seeing, or a dead way of relating to each other, a dead way of believing, or a dead way of expressing or experiencing. In essence, shedding opens us to self-transformation. Paradoxically, those of us who refuse such renewal will sooner or later be forced to undergo transformation anyway as a result of being broken or eroded by the world. Very often both occur at the same time. That is, we shed from within while being eroded from without. Center yourself and meditate on what you are carrying that is dead skin for you. Breathe cleanly and deeply and ask yourself, what are you being called to shed, to put to rest, in order to gain greater access to the hidden wholeness of life?
as you're ready, start wiggling your fingers and toes and moving your wrists and ankles around. Start letting your body wave like seaweed on the bed of the ocean floor. Maybe big, beautiful stretching starts to happen, shedding or undoing any kinks or pains or things that you're still holding on to that you can let go of. And curl yourself over into fetal position on one side, maybe the right side, allowing your liver to detoxify whatever has been released. Come back to that intention that we set at the beginning of class, or maybe set a new one for yourself. For the day, for the hour, whatever it might be. And then slowly come up in your own time to a seated position. Feeling the weight of you underneath you, feeling the lift of you. Rolling your head around. Warm your hands over a little fire. And take that little fire and place it wherever you feel like you need it on your body. Giving yourself a little Reiki. If it feels okay, come bring your hands together at your heart, thumbs towards your chest. Surya Namaskara, which is a mudra for peace. I see the goodness in you as you see it in me, as we try to bring more into the world. Namaste. Thank you, friends. Oh, it's so good to see you. You can turn your mics on now.